Hello, friends.
Morning.
I'm Emily Nevill, as you may know. What you may know by now is that it's pledge season here at Grace, and I'm one of the members, along with Jeff McDowell, of the Stewardship Committee, and also in the vestry. And so I'd like to share a little bit about why I pledge to Grace Church, and then touch on a couple practical matters. So, why do I pledge to Grace Church? Some people might think that my choice to give money away is foolish. After all, my job is not an especially high-paying one. This is a high-cost-to-live-in area. I'm living in a little apartment and still working on polishing off the last of the student loans. So it might make all the sense in the world for me to be saving for a house or throwing every last penny towards those student loans instead of giving money to Grace. But I do give money to Grace. So the first reason that I pledge is because I believe that God is at work in this place. I've seen people grow in their love of God and of their neighbor, embracing our baptismal covenant to seek and serve Christ in all persons. And the second reason I choose to pledge is because God says that what we do with our money is important. As we just heard in this morning's gospel, when Jesus looked at money, he considered it to be one of those things that does belong to God and that we should give back to God. In fact, money was one of Jesus' most frequently addressed topics. He was adamant that his followers not use money for their own personal gain to build up their own bank accounts, but rather to give to the poor and to use their resources to build his kingdom. The Apostle James wrote in his letter that faith without works is dead. So I pledge to Grace in order to keep my faith alive. And the third reason I choose to pledge is because Grace Church is my family. And like all healthy families, we're better and stronger together than any of us could be on our own. So in my little family of two, we often talk about how our partnership means that regardless of who earns more money or who does more housework at any particular time, the important thing is that together we do more than either of us could do on our own. And it's the same here at Grace. I mean, my pledge by itself can't pay Father Owen's salary or replace the roof on Bradley Chapel or feed hungry people in Nyack or any of the things that happen here. But my pledge, combined with all of yours, can do all those things. And the impact of our combined pledges doesn't stop at the borders of Nyack. Grace gives some of the money from our pledges to the Diocese of New York to help fund ministries on college campuses and impoverished areas and other communities that need someone to bring the good news of God in Christ. So let's talk about the practical. You might wonder, how much am I supposed to pledge? Well, I can't give any person an exact number, but I can offer some thoughts to consider as you begin to make that decision. Throughout the Bible, there is a message that everything we have in our lives belongs to God, and we're just taking care of it for a little while. In fact, that's why we call this practice stewardship. In the law of Moses, God commanded Israel to give 10% of all of their produce. And some Christians still follow this practice today and give 10% of all their income. I can also tell you that here in the Diocese of New York, the average pledge in 2018 was $2,501, which comes to just a little over $200 a month. Now, for this year here at Grace, our members pledged an average of $2,154, or about $180 a month. So I know here at Grace, we like to think of ourselves as being an above average kind of church. So I would like to challenge those of you who have it in your ability to do a little more and help us be more than below average givers. So now some of you might hear these numbers and think, that's just not in my budget. I can't do that. Maybe I lost my job. Maybe I'm retired on a fixed income or in some other tough spots. Listen, it's okay. I get it. I've had my stretch of unemployment. I worked a job that paid a pittance. So understand that I am not here to make anyone feel guilty about what you are able to give. The great thing about being a part of a family like Grace is that no gift is too small to make a difference. And as we see in countless stories in the Bible, God is really good at taking whatever little things we can give and turning them into really big things. So finally, on behalf of the Stewardship Committee and the vestry, I would like to urge you to consider how you will express your faith through your finances in this coming year. You can fill out a physical pledge card and return it to the church, or you can go to the website, scan the QR code in your bulletin handout, and complete the pledge. And if you've already done this, Grace Church thanks you and truly values your commitment to supporting the work of God in this community. With your help, we will get through these challenging times. Thank you.
Thank you.